Hello friends, welcome to Something New Saturday. Today's something new is this cute little die set from Momenta. I got this a Tuesday morning. It's just some sweet little birds. I like this little branch. I think this branch is very pretty. Got a heart, some flowers, and some additional leaves. We're going to make a quick little, probably just thinking of you card. We'll see how it turns out. Stay tuned. All right, so what I've done for this card is I pulled some scraps out. We've got some sentiment strips, scraps of cardstock. These are close to my heart cardstocks here. And then some coordinations. White normal A2 card base. And this little scrap of, I think this one is a Pink Fresh Studio cover plate die, but it's a scrap I threw in the bin. So we're going to use this too. Let's cut a couple little flag banners for this card. Just use this scrap up here. Let's make let's say 1.25 inches wide. Just trim it off. It can be that long. How long is that? I don't know. And then we'll do the same thing with the stripe. A little piece of that. Straighten this up here. Cut it to 1.25 inches. Oh, let's show you a little bit of that blue. I guess I don't really have to, do we? There's blue. All right, let's make it not quite, about 1.1 inches. Looks like it's gonna be. Do a little flag on the end there. All right, I think I'd like a yellow mat on this card. So let's see how small I have to go, because I'm bound determined to use scraps here. Let's use that one. So that's going to be the third one in. There we go. That'll lay there just like that. We're just going to center that on the card with these flags here. Here, add these flags on. I think I'm going to shorten this one so they're not the same length. Now that I think about it. Let's add this one. And I'm going to overlap them. There. See, that's cute so far, right? And I thought I would use this, but I will. But I'm going to cut it. Let's see. 2 inches wide. Let's try 2 inches tall. Yep, that'll work. Using up the scraps. Yes, please. Let's mat this pretty little scrap on some black. Let's give it a little extra pop. Because our sentiment strip is going to have black on it. So let's make sure we have some black in another area. Trim this down. Just a tiny little black mat. Teeny, teeny. So the vacation we took was a cruise for our 28th anniversary. Well, it kind of started out just we're going to take a cruise with some friends. We've never taken a cruise before. They've taken a couple of cruises, so we thought we'll let them plan it. It'll be great. All these people that know what they're doing. But we were getting on the boat the day after our anniversary, so I kind of took it over and made it an anniversary cruise. All right, now we're going to put this kind of centered from side to side, but up towards the top so you can see the cute little flags that we made. Now it's time to kiss some birds. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is cut a black bird, but then we're going to back him with yellow. So all these little open spots will be yellow behind the black bird. So we're going to give him some markings. All right, let's run this through. And you're left this sweet little bird cut out. And we're going to back it with the yellow cardstock. So we took this cruise with our friends. And I didn't post on social media or anything like that because, you know, you shouldn't tell people you're leaving, right? We had the best time. We did a 7-day, 7-night in and out of Port Canaveral in Florida. And we went to the Caribbean. We went to Cozumel, Mexico. I got to tell you, up until this point, our favorite vacation we ever took was the time we came down to Disney World without our children. But yeah, this is our new favorite trip we've ever taken. And we've decided we're going to try and do a cruise once a year now. I just loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. We had so much fun. We had a great itinerary. Like I said, we went to the Caribbean. We went to Mexico. Cozumel is a beautiful little island. And we did it was the only place we did an excursion was Cozumel, Mexico. And our tour guide was great. We went to okay, so I've got this, okay, keep focused, Amy. So I've got this matted behind there. Now I'm going to trim it out. So we did a tour that included a visit to Mayan Bee Sanctuary, where we learned about the differences between the itty bitty little Mayan honeybees versus our European honeybees. Very interesting. It was a beautiful little place too. I could have spent the whole day there. It was great. And then we went to a Mayan ruin, learned some stuff about the Mayans and like the way they did things and stuff. It was really cool. I've always been interested in that anyway. This just was it was awesome. And then we went to one of the beaches only for a couple hours. But we had some food and I got some great photos. I'll try and put a few in here. And got to hold a parrot named Blue and took my picture with him. Very expensive photo. I'll try and put that in here. Just, it was great. It was the best trip. By day 7, I was exhausted and ready to come home, even though I wasn't really ready to come home. You know what I mean? It was great. So we've got our little birdie bird here. Isn't he cute? And I think he's going to get some bling for his eye. Now I thought about, instead of doing the big branch, just doing some of these leaves behind him, but I kind of like this big branch, right? We could do the branch like this and maybe cut it off because it's a little too long. Yep. Okay, I don't really have any green cardstock that's appropriate, so we're going to use this dot. And we're just going to cut it out of this dot paper. And I'm going to cut it twice, I think, and stack it so it's kind of thick. I'm going to just cut some of the scrap out here. There we go. And our cruise was on a line called MSC, which is a European cruise line. They're Italian. So the way they run things is very, different from a lot of the companies, the U.S. companies that people cruise on. But it was very elegant and it was very it was just very chill. We had a great time. We got to know a lot of the crew members, and just it was great. I highly recommend it, and very inexpensive too. I mean, we did a 7 night in a balcony for pretty cheap. It was cheaper than 7 nights at Disney World. Let me put it that way. Yeah. Okay, since I don't need this whole thing, we're going to do it this way. So we're going to cut this twice and stack it up. There's one. Now I'm not going to back this. I'm going to let the leaves just be open. Look how cute. Super cute. I tell you, these little Momenta sets are pretty nice. But I don't know about in your neck of the woods, but in my neck of the woods, both of my Tuesday mornings are closing. So I'm very sad. I usually hit one once a month, which I guess isn't enough to keep them in business, but darn it, I tried. So they're doing weekly markdowns. This week was 10%. Next week will be 20%. So I'm going to go hit the craft aisle next week, and see what I can find, Very sad. All right, so here's our 2 branches. And let's get all this poked out of here. Probably just use the scissors. This is a good, decent sized little area here. Poke them out. So yeah. Beautiful. Now, the ship we were on was called the Meraviglia. Huge ship. Our cabin was on deck 9. I think this ship had 15 decks, maybe 17. Huge ship, very long ship, but kind of a narrow ship, especially for as tall as she is. So I have never, like I said, we've never been on a cruise before, and I have a brain injury. I've had some major brain surgery. My brains have been scrambled. So I went to my doctor and I got the prescription strength anti-nausea patch. I was prepared. I had the Dramamine, I had Bonine, I had ginger, I had everything. We got on the ship around, I think by noon we were eating food. So noonish. We pulled out around 7. We're at dinner in the main dining room, and I'm like, man, what is that? What's going on? I didn't feel sick, but I felt like I couldn't sit still. It was really weird. And I got to the point where like I would have to put my hands on the edge of the table to keep from falling out, at least feeling like I'm gonna fall out of my chair. My husband's looking at me and he's like kind of laughing at me. I'm like, it's not funny. I don't know what's happening here. And then my friend starts looking at me and she's like, it's the ship. We're moving. Now I hadn't thought about that. I mean, I knew in my head we were moving, but I hadn't looked at the window or anything, right? So I didn't figure, I don't know, I just didn't figure it would bother me. So that whole night, man, I mean, we had our dinner in the dining room and then we went and had some drinks and walked around the ship, and I could not keep on my feet. We were walking back to our cabin late that night, and my husband said I was like a ping pong ball, just ding, 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 ding down the hallway. We get up the next morning and I kind of have heartburn. I thought, oh no, maybe I am going to be sick on this boat. So I took a Dramamine that morning, but that was the only one I had to take. I don't think I was actually getting sick. I think it was all the alcohol I had the night before. I'm not really a drinker, and we drink a lot. So that whole day was a day at sea, and oh dude, I couldn't do it. And we had a dance party that night, and I'd be getting going really good, and then I'd feel the boat and it would mess me up, and it was something. It was fun. He made fun of me, but I had a good time. I didn't really care. I never actually felt sick. I just couldn't keep myself together. Okay, so let's stack these up. I want them to be a little more sturdy. This is pretty thick cardstock, but still, I want it to be just a little more substantial. And we'll just glue it. Bear glue to the rescue, as I like to say. Look at, isn't that precious? That's adorable. All right, we're pretty good here. All right, so let's cut it right at the end of this leaf here. I think that'll be a good spot. I ain't putting glue in there because I wasn't sure, so glue this part down. Yeah, check out your Tuesday mornings and see if they're sadly closing near you. I was talking to the guy that works at the Tuesday morning closest to me, and I said, like, well, what are you gonna do? Are you getting another job? I said, are they sending you somewhere else? He says, oh no, this is my second job. He says, and I'm actually, like a year away from retirement, so I'm just not gonna get a second job and just have my job that I have. He works for the school board, so he'll retire through the school system next year. So we're going to glue this down about like this. What do we say? That'll be cute. And then our little blackbird. Look at, isn't he precious? Oh! I'm just going to glue everybody down flat because I gave the branch a little dimension by stacking it. And then the bird will have a little dimension because he's got bling for his eye. Now I will say, on a cruise, at least nowadays, you do have to pack your patience because, things are, ooh, do we want a purple eye? Oh, yeah, let's give him a purple eye. Things are not, they're never going to be the same after the Rona. Let's put it that way. So service is different, which I guess if you're like me and you've never been on a cruise, that doesn't matter because you don't have anything to compare it to. But those of you who have cruised before, from what I understand, it's very, very different now. Which, I mean, even going to, theme park is different now. So I don't find that to be that big of a deal. But some people do. Some people got a little Haiti. Haiti over things that the people working there have no control over. So pack your patience. Just go. Haven't planned to have a good time. Don't worry about anything else. Okay, so we used 2 of the dies out of here on the front. Now let's pick our sentiments. Feel better soon. I don't think I want this to be a sympathy card. Love you bunches. You're a blessing. There we go. Let's use our marker around the edge. I did a card the other day that's going to be on the blog soon. Forgot to use the marker around the edge. And by the time I realized it, it was already matted and glued down. I was so disappointed in myself. Y'all, I can't use it. I got a mark on the front. Ah, man. Okay, so how about love you so much? Cannot believe I did that. Well, no. You know what? I can believe I did that. True. I don't need this congratulations on your new home. I don't do those cards. So I'm going to cut it. Cut it. Dude, telling you. See if I can do this without making a mess this time. tried to wipe it off, but it was not wiping off. I thought maybe since this is a water-based marker that I could get it to wipe off, but no such luck. All right, so I think we're gonna cut it. Love you so much. Do that end. There we go. Love you. Oh, what about just love you? Just use love you. All right. I'm going to pop up the love you with some Simon Thin Foam squares. I don't know if these are going to be too wide or not. Let's see. Oh no, these little guys are little. I appreciate them and their tininess. Let's do 3 so it doesn't sag. And we'll just put this right here. Love you. Alrighty, friends, here's our card for Something New Saturday. Our Something New was this Momenta die cutting set that I got at Tuesday morning on sale because they're closing. I'm going to make a couple more cards with this and I'll put them at the end, but just a simple little love you card, right? Good to send to anyone who you like. Little paper inside for no naked insides. Hope you like this card. Go check out Tuesday morning before they close down completely. Remember, be excellent to each other and go make something. Bye-bye.